My name is Natalie Fanny Gonzalez. I'm the chair of the Economic Development Committee. And once again, we have our annual proclamation. This is regarding safety, making sure of buildings are safe for people to live, for people to work. And it's also a great honor to do this with the county executive, Mark Elrich. I'm going to pass the mic to him, and then we'll read the proclamation.
Yeah, this is another really good example of the work we're doing in Montgomery County. Building safety is critical for all of us. It actually matters. We've adopted new building codes. We work with homeowners. I was glad to see we're doing free home deck inspections. No penalty if you didn't have a permit to get the deck in the first place, because we'd rather people be safe, because then get penalized. And if you don't come out, then you don't learn something, then nobody benefits. So this work is important. It takes a lot of commitment to it. You've got to be willing to get down and dirty and make sure that, the things you can't see easily, you have to be able to see. You need people who are really principled about the work. You cannot let things slide, because sometimes then the building will slide, which would not be a good outcome. And so we really rely on the work these folks do. They're sometimes referred to as first preventers. Before you have to respond to somebody, the best antidote is to prevent things, and they prevent things from happening that we know could happen. All you have to do is think about those buildings, those high-rises in Florida, because they were not properly inspected and were not properly built. They wind up collapsing. They're not the only ones that this happens to, so it really makes a difference, the work these folks do. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm really proud of the team that does this work, and also want to say that we've gotten a lot better comments from the building sector on our permitting department, and this is all part of that. I think we're taking this job to a level of how do we help people get to the right place, rather than how do we catch people not getting to the right place. And I think it's been a big difference in how permitting operates now. So I'm very happy to be here this morning, join Natalie in this.
Thank you. And before, I would like to also invite the director of DPS, Mr. Zabakan, if you can share a few words about the amazing work you're doing with your team.
Absolutely. Thank you, Councilmember Fanny Gonzalez. I want to thank, first and foremost, our county executive, Mark Elrich, all of the council for letting us use this platform, which we so much cherish. Building Safety Month is just really a month where we resonate our message on safety, and that's paramount to what we do. It's our mission to ensure the protection of our citizens, of our residents, to make sure our homes, schools, businesses are safe year-round. And it's, we highlight it during Building Safety Month, but I always say this, it's 365. And that's our charge, and we will continue making Montgomery County the safest place. And it's not just DPS, it's a collective. We have our colleagues here from Fire and Rescue, DHCA, HHS, it's, even emergency management. We review permits, we inspect, but we also, respond to emergencies. We want to continue making this county the safest it can be. And again, it's all part of the prevention, making sure that people are aware of how to make their places safe. Earlier this month, unfortunately, many of us saw we talk about collapses, the county executive just mentioned, we all saw the collapse in Dominican Republic where a roof collapsed in a nightclub, right? Over 200 fatalities. We don't want to see that kind of stuff in Montgomery County or anywhere. And so that's really the core of what we do. We do a lot of things, but it's pretty clear. We're here to make sure that our residents and our businesses are safe. We adopt building codes. The ancient Babylonian code, I don't know if you're familiar with the Code of Hammurabi, negligence, they would basically charge the builder if there was somebody who, had died or was a fatality from that collapse. We've evolved quite a bit, of our building codes, but we're really more resilient and sustainable in our codes, but we're consistent, and we try to maintain the safest codes here in Montgomery County. Every 2 to 3 years, we update our codes, and we just want to continue on that mission and making this county the safest it can be. So we thank you all, and please stay on our podcast, and we will continue to do our outreach to make sure this county is the safest it can be. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I also want to recognize the Department of Transportation. They do a lot of great work in making sure that everybody is working together to keep our community safe. And I just want to remind folks that we have DPS coming to the Economic Development Committee pretty soon. And this is a reminder of the amazing work that they do to keep Montgomery County safe. With that, my friends, we're gonna read the proclamation with the county executive and members of the Economic Development Committee. I have with me Council members Marilyn Balkan and Evan Glass. If you can perhaps hold this one, we can go one by one. I'm gonna kick it off, and then we'll follow. The County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland Proclamation. Whereas Montgomery County, Maryland recognizes that our growth and strength depend on the safety and essential role that our homes, buildings, and infrastructure play in everyday life and when disasters strike. And
whereas our confidence in the resilience of these buildings is achieved through dedication of vigilant guardians, including building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure safe and sustainable construction of buildings. And
whereas staff of the Montgomery County Department of Permitting Services works with other county departments, including Fire and Rescue Services, Housing and Community Affairs, and the Department of Transportation, to ensure that the built environment represents the county's modern building codes and standards to protect us in the buildings where we live, work, and play. And
whereas Building Safety Month, sponsored by the International Code Council, highlights the critical role of modern building codes and code officials in safeguarding the public from fires and natural disasters such as hurricanes, snowstorms, tornadoes, wildfires, floods, and earthquakes, while ensuring safe, sustainable buildings essential to our prosperity. And
game on! The theme for Building Safety Month 2025 encourages us all to get involved and raise awareness about building safety and sustainability in a personal, local, and global scale. And whereas, in observance of Building Safety Month each year, people worldwide are encouraged to commit to improving building safety, resilience, and economic investment while recognizing the essential service provided by local and state building departments, federal agencies, and fire prevention bureaus in protecting lives and property.
now therefore be it resolved that County Executive Mark Elrich and the Economic Development Committee and the entire County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby proclaim May 2025 as Building Safety Month in Montgomery County. We encourage our residents, businesses, and community organizations to join in raising awareness about building safety and its impact on the stronger, more resilient future for all. Presented on the 29th day of April, 2025.